Hi guys and welcome. So today is Sunday, August 24th. And we're going to make a card using the Happy Place stamp set. This is coming up in your September to December. Let me put my hand there so it focuses. September to December mini catalog. It's a $1 million achievement stamp set with Sharon Armstrong. And it's just fun. And I'm using this one first because, like I've said in the last few videos, the cling stamps, or what's used to be called red rubber, they'll stop manufacturing these stamps, I think, after I'll have to read the announcement again. I don't know if it's starting with the new mini catalog or after the mini catalog, but these will be getting phased out. Also, the markers, the Stampin' Write markers, are getting phased out. They're already on the last chance. I don't know if they're still available or not. And these big stamp cases, these hard stamp cases, are getting phased out. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about something that's phased out. My Stamparatus. I still use it. Always will. Love it. Love the free floating hinge aspect of it. Okay, so let's put down a piece of cardstock, and where did I put that? Let's go ahead. I'm gonna put this in the upper corner so it's easy for me to pick up. Now, if you have a MISTI, you can use that too. If you have a Stampin' Wheel, you can use that. If you have just a plain old positioner, you could use this, like the old L-shaped ones. But I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. All right, let's get out my rainbow colors. Here's my Roy G. Biv in my spots, and we'll see how this works. All right, let me get this. I like having something there so you have something underneath when you're inking up your stamp. All right, so I'm going to start in the middle with my yellow. Just put a little bit of a coat on there. I'm not pressing really hard on this because I don't want that distinctive look to go away. Now let's move outward. And I'm just doing these letters up one at a time. Let's see, this is a new Poppy Parade ink spot that I just opened, because when I was testing this, it didn't seem like my other spot was working that great. All right, and now let's go to this side of it. And let's end up with the blue. All right. Now I'm not sure if I really like how that has such a stark line there, so I'm going to go back over. Oh, let me get my little cloth. Since I'm going in with yellow, I want to get that ink off because I don't want to contaminate my yellow spot. Let's go back over that again. Oh. There. All right, let me try that again. There. All right, kind of like the way that looks. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's take that off. I'll clean this off later. So then we have this. So let's take my trimmer. Let's go ahead and trim this down. I'm going to get the ends of that just on the inside of this red line that I mark on my trimmer. Gives me a nice little guide for cutting. That's a little bit bigger than I wanted, so let me go in just a little bit more. That looks a little more even. Let's go here. I'll be a little bit closer. All right, so there you have that. So let's see, now that I have it as close as I want it, let's see what the measurements are. So to give it a small little frame, you know what, let's get it closer. So I'm going to move this so that the edge of the words are right on the inside of this. I want to move it closer because I'm going to show you what we're going to do. All right, that's a little bit over. All right, there. We'll leave it like that. Now let's go ahead, because you know I always have lots of strips laying around. You know how it is. So let's just do some strips. We'll do them at 3 inches. So let's do that. Let's get a red in there. I should just make I rip my bag a little bit. Is that 3? No, we'll go ahead. Make that 3. Let's see. We're gonna mix and match. So let's take this. Let's make that. Are these about 1/2 inch? 3/4 of an inch. All right. So let's go 3/4 of an inch on this. And then 3. Even though we didn't use the indigo or the blackberry bliss in this case, I'm sorry, violet, let's go ahead and let's find a green. This granny apple green will look good. And again, 3 inch. The reason I'm doing it 3 inches is because this is almost 1.5, so it's kind of like doubling, right? All right, so let's go ahead, grab those all out, have this, put these back in my little bag. Oh, the white though, white. I'll put over there. Okay. So now let's grab a white card base. 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And let's just kind of put those down. However, oh, do I need an orange? You know, yeah, I think I need an orange. Let's see. Let's take this back out. Oh, I do have an orange strip there. Oops. Now I dropped it. All right, so let me come over here, just cut that down to 3. And if I like the way that looks, all right, let me grab this. I think I want to use that red just a little bit out. Oh, go ahead, use this to pick up all those strips. Let's stamp down Should we do birthday? Let's do birthday. How about that? Now I haven't trimmed these down. I usually trim down my Clearmount, cling, red rubber, whatever you want to call them. They've had many names over the years. Alright, so this is just that card base. I'm going to line that up so it's straight there. Hoping I mounted this straight. And we'll go straight down. Okay, let's come back here. I'm going to put some green glue on the back of this so it gets tacky. Another trick that Sharon Armstrong taught us: if you have trouble with the green glue, because it, like, you know, when you put it on, it like moves out from under your card base or whatever, card item, put some on there and let it sit for a little bit so it gets tacky. Let's bring out my dimensionals. Ooh, there we go. With the dimensionals, when they come, this is the, let me show you one that doesn't, here. Oh, I think I've probably done them all. All right, let me grab one out from under here. All right, so when you get dimensionals, you know, you can, you know, go ahead and go like this, and then you have to peel off all of those backings, and they fall all over the place. What I do is get my card out of the way, get this out of the way. I take clear packing tape. You just go over it. Oh, I didn't make that long enough. Just go over it with the clear packing tape. Ooh, that was noisy. Oh, and then I'm crooked there. All right. So I don't have it right there, but that's all right. I got a little piece of fuzz under there. But then you kind of press it down, right? Now this doesn't work as good if your dimensionals come from our paper pumpkin kit, because I think that backing is a little bit different. But then when you go to pull up, you have to kind of rub it for a little bit. But when you pull it up, then see how those backings are stuck to the packing tape and not on your dimensionals. So then you don't have to worry about those little liners falling all over your floor or peeling them off. All right. It'll get a little bit better as that tape, and this is not the tape I usually buy. I bought an off-brand. So anyway, let me put that under there. But that's the way that you can do that so that you don't have to worry about peeling off those backings when you're applying. Let me put this in here now that I've done that. All right, so let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and put some, I'm put them right across the middle. Kind of overlap where the pieces of cardstock meet. And this is just temporary tape. So you can also use press and seal. That works. See, and look at this. I'm not having to peel off those backings, which is fabulous. So that's where my tape probably split down the middle. All right. And to me, it just saves me a lot of time. And since I really don't have fingernails, it also helps with the videos that I'm not sitting there trying to pick at something. Now I'm really going to town with these dimensionals. I usually don't dimensionalize. I think that's a word. Cards this much. But I'm going to be handing this one, hand delivering it, so it's all good. Oh, my alarm's going to go off pretty soon here, so let's try to get this finished. So let's go ahead, figure out how I like that. I like it kind of right there. I'm going to press down. And don't ask where this, I got this tape from like back in the days when I really ordered from QVC or Home Shopping Network a lot. Bought this a long time ago. Yeah. So, oh, it was my alarm. All right. So now the glue is tacky. I don't know if you can see. It's not as white, it's more yellowish. So that means now it's repositionable. It's not gonna splurge out when you press it down. Slide that up right there. Another good thing about it this way is that it's also now removable. See how that's like leaving that? So it's not going to tear your paper. But I'm just going to put it back right over the same area, but just to show you that it is removable. And after it's been adhered for about maybe 5 minutes now, it will become that permanent. All right, let's grab out my flat pearls. These are last year's In Colors. Oh, and we don't have the snips anymore. I think they're already were on last chance and gone because the manufacturer is not making them anymore. All right, so let's go ahead and put a few embellishments on there. All right, so let's go ahead. Yes, I know that these are the In Colors. They don't completely match up, but you don't have to always be matchy-matchy with your cards. And I'm thinking I almost should have done another layer, or maybe have done some color edging on there. But we're going to leave it for now. All right, so there you are. There's a pretty simple, quick and easy, fun card. All right, let me get these out of the way over here. Let me show you some other things I did. I really went to town making those rainbows just because it makes me happy. Great name for your set, Sharon, because it makes me happy too. All right, here's where I colored on the red rubber with markers, and then, well, kind of pounced. This is pouncing. So here's where I took markers and just pounced them on the stamp. Went from light to dark. There are a few holes there, but I'm all right with it. But that's pouncing. This was pouncing and spritzing it with water. So after I pounced with one color, I'd spritz some water on there, stamp it. I did it all, of course, while it was still on my stamping platform, but it got a lot of water because I did it per color, because I did like a yellow layer, spritzed, stamped, then I did like an orange layer, spritzed, stamps. So there's a few other ways to color that. Let me show you the other cards I did. So here's this one. I went marker direct to the stamp, did this in more of yellow, did this more in orange, and then how it blended out. I think that was Darling Duckling and Timid Tiger, but it looks really light for Timid Tiger. So that's how I did that one. this one, and I have a bunch of the letters left. Alright, so there's all my extra letters. I stamp these in each of the colors, then cut them out. They're very easy to cut out because they're pretty, you know, straight lines and that. So, went ahead and did that. Put it on a piece of, oh, I don't even know where this Designer Series paper came from. Oh, it's I think it's Pool Party. The DSPs, the 6x6 DSP patterns. Alright, oops, there goes my alarm. I have to go take my medicine, guys. So there you have it. And like I said, here I have extra letters for later to make some more of these cards. Alright, guys. That's using Happy Place. It's available September 3rd for customers. If you're a demo, you can get it right now as a pre-order. And like I said, I don't know if it's going to last very long. With knowing they're reducing the amount of the red rubber or the cling, I want to say that it's going to be around through the end of the mini catalog. But if you really like it, better safe than sorry. Alright guys, give me a thumbs up. Share on your social media. Send me a comment. I try to answer all comments. Most of all, have a great Sunday. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.